Hi everyone, this is Yumi and I'm here to discuss how to obtain your areas using the normal distribution table. Okay? First of all, dapat meron tayo nung tables natin ng normal distribution, the positive and the negative. May mga ibang tables na isang page lang siya. Okay? So may mga certain computations na lang para makuha yun negative areas or probabilities ng negative z-scores. But in this table that I will be providing, we have both the negative and positive z-scores. So dapat ready tayo. Meron tayo nito before we can start watching the rest of the video. Okay. Okay, brief introduction lang. Ano bang ibig sabihin pag sinabi na nating normally distributed ang data? Okay, pag sinabi nating normally distributed ang data, we have this basic properties. So first is, the graph is symmetrical about mean. So tingnan natin, di ba? If you look at the graph, identical yung half niya, so dun sa other half. So it implies that the size, shape, and slope of the curve on one side is identical to that of the other. Next is, your mean is equal to the median, equal to the mode. Not necessarily equal in values, but they are approximately equal. Or malapit lang sila sa isa't isa. Ayan. And thirdly, the tails are asymptotic to the horizontal line, meaning the curve continues to decrease in height on both ends away from the middle point, but it never touches the horizontal line. And the fourth property would be the total area or probability under the normal curve is 1 or 100%. Okay, so I will be discussing with you, paano ba natin kukunin yung probability under these 5 cases? Specifically, how do we use the z-table or the normal distribution table in getting the 5 values of these 4 cases or these 5 cases? Okay, let's have the first case. The first case is when the given is the probability of the standard score is less than a particular value. Okay, less than. Itong relationship na less than. Okay, similar to this one, pwede rin natin sabihin na aside from the word less than, pwede rin we're looking for the area below, area to the left of, or probability that is at most. Okay, so take note of these keywords. And then if you look at the graph, we're referring here to this pink area. So pag sinabi natin area below, okay, if the standard score is negative, then the area or the probability is somewhere here. If the standard score is positive, then the area would be this one. Okay, so mas bigger siya. Okay, so paano ba kinukuha yun area, probability, if it's less than, or how do we use the normal distribution table in getting this area? Okay, ayan. Suppose we are asked to get the area below negative 1.52. Okay, so this is the standard score. Okay, this is our standard score. Or pwede rin natin sabihin, how do we get the area less than the standard score negative 1.52 or to the left of or at most. Again, we have these 4 keywords. Pare-pareho lang po yan. Okay, so paano natin siya kukunin? If you have negative 1.52, una, you look at your table, using your table, tingnan natin sa first column, hanapin natin sa first column yung negative 1.5. Okay, that would be this. Okay, that's your negative 1.5. Then take note na yung nasa hundreds place ng decimal natin is 2. Okay, so we look for that sa first row, that one. Okay, so this is negative 1.52. After you determine these 2 points, kunin natin yung intersection. Okay, so intersection niya would be 0.0643. So that would be your area. Okay, so the probability that your standard score is less than negative 1.52 is 0.0643. Okay, let's go to the next case. The next case would be if the standard score is greater than a particular value. Okay, if it's greater than, we're gonna have this equation. So magiging siyang equal, this relationship na greater than would be equal to 1 minus the probability that your z is less than or equal. Take note ha, magbabago po yung relationship. So originally, naging greater than siya, pero ang magiging equation niya or formula niya in getting the probability would be 1 minus. So palagi po natin isusubtract from 1 and then mag-change po yung relationship sa less than. Okay, when you see also greater than, it's the same as getting the area above, to the right of, at least, and then exceeding. Okay, we have these keywords. Pag na-encounter niyo po ito, that would mean getting the probability na greater than. Okay, so let's demonstrate. Suppose we're asked to get the probability that the z-score is greater than 1.85. Again, it's the same as saying area above, greater than, to the right of, or at least, okay, 1.85. Okay, so how do we do that? Again, so tingnan natin na yung formula niya from here. Okay, yung formula niya from here is, diba, greater than, magiging na siyang 1 minus the probability that is less than or equal. Okay, take note. So hanapin natin po yung 1.85. So una, hanapin natin sa first column yung positive 1.8. Ito po yun. And then, kunin natin, ang nasa hundreds place is 0.05. So, ito po yun. And then, kunin po natin yung intersection. Then we have 0.9678. So, ang solution po natin magiging 1 minus 0.9678. Okay, so doing the operation or subtracting, we have this as the area na greater than, okay, 1.85. So, it's 0.0322. Okay? Okay, let's go to the next case. The next case would be when the z-score or the standard score is between two values. Okay? Nasa gitna siya ng z sub 1 at z sub 2. So how are we going to solve for the probability? So take note of this relationship. Nasa gitna. Ang mangyayari po niyan, i-rewrite natin as the probability that the z is less than z sub 2. Ito po yung standard score na mas malaki, yung nasa rightmost. Minus the probability that your z is less than z sub 1. Ito yung mas maliit po na value. Okay, so rewrite natin in this form. Magiging minus and parehas po naka-negative. Pareho po tayo naka-negative. Okay. So let's have this example. Suppose we're looking for the probability that your standard score is between 0.81 and 1.94. So una, i-rewrite po natin in this form. Ano? So magiging po siyang 1.94 minus 0.81. So hanapin muna po natin yung area ng 1.94. Okay, so ito po yung hanapin po na yung 1.9 sa first column. And then this is the 0.04. So ang intersection niya is, okay, wait. So ang intersection niya would be this. Naka-highlight na siya kanina pa. 9.9738. Okay. Minus, hanapin po natin itong 0.81 na area. So, sa first column, we look for 0.8. Yan. And then, dito is 0.01. Kasi nga yung 100 space niya is 0.01. Okay po. And then we get the intersection. That's 0.7910. So, magiging solution po natin is, okay, we subtract this, itong sa 1.94 na area, minus yung sa area ng 0.81. So, that's 0.9738 minus 0.7910. Okay, so we have this as the area. So ang area po natin when your standard score is between 0.81 and 1.94 is 0.1828. Ayan po. So that would be this area. So 0.81, 1.94. So that's ito pong shaded region, that's the area or the probability. Okay? Okay, let's go to the next case. This time, given po yung probability, pero hindi natin alam yung standard score. So we look for the standard score na may probability na 0.10. Or in short, we're looking for the 10th percentile. Okay, pag sinabi natin 10th percentile, 10% of the area is below or equal to that value. Okay, how do we determine your standard score? Kasi this time, baliktad na. Okay, so ang sabi dito, ang first step, we find the z-score that has probability nearest to 0.10. Ito pong 0.10, very seldom lang natin makuha yung exact value niya dito sa table. Kasi unang-una, yung table po kasi natin is 4-digit sa decimal place. So yung 0.10, dalawa lang naman. So hahanapin natin pinakamalapit. Okay, so looking for the nearest value, okay, you will notice na ito po yung pinakamalapit ng value, yung 0.1003. Pinakamalapit siya sa 0.10. Okay, yan. Yung pinakamalapit. Once you've determined that probability, okay, take note of the intersection na standard score. So, ang intersection na standard score is negative 1.2 and 0.08. So, you get the intersection of that. So, that will be negative 1.28. So, yung standard score po na may probability na pinakamalapit sa 0.10 is negative 1.28. Okay, pero hindi pa tayo tapos kasi we're looking for the, okay, for that value of your x. Okay, so take note, ito po yung z-score formula natin. Okay, from the z-score formula, you look for an equation of your x. Okay, so manipulating this equation, ang equation ng x natin is a standard score times the standard deviation plus the mean. So substitute nyo lang po yung makukuha yung standard score. So negative 1.28 times 5, your standard deviation. Suppose that is the given standard deviation plus your mean of 20. Again, these are given. So just do the necessary operation. Then your x would be 13.6. Okay? So this is the final value. So the 10th percentile value is 13.6, meaning 10% of the scores are below or equal to 13.6. Take note, we're looking for the standard score na less than. Okay, which has a probability of 0.10. Okay, let's go to the last case. Okay, this time we're looking for the probability. Another example pala. Another example would be less than 0.85. Okay, so that's 85 percentile. Okay, so yan, we're looking for the standard score that has probability nearest to 0.85. So hanapin natin ulit dun sa table. Ito po yung pinakamalapit na. Okay, yan, na probability 0.8508, pinakamalapit sa 0.85. So again, we look for the intersection na standard score, that's 1.0 tapos 0.04. So you get the intersection of that, makukuha po natin is 1.04. Ayan. Again, we're not done yet. So i-substitute po natin dun sa equation of x. Okay, so standard score is 1.04 times the standard deviation plus the mean. So you have 25.2. Okay, so to interpret, the 85 percentile value is 25.2, or better, 85% of the scores are below or equal to 25.2. Okay, so there you are. I've presented 5 cases on how to use your normal distribution tables. So thank you for listening. Sana po naintindihan natin.